Welcome everybody to the channel, and today, after we witnessed the 74 Braves sweep away the 71 Giants in pretty much a whitewashing, probably our first real butt whooping we've seen in this tournament. We could have another one here. Our first real mismatch of this tournament, the 78 Red Sox taking on the 78 Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays won just 59 games. They only had a handful of teams they could choose from, and this was the best one of the 70s for the Toronto Blue Jays. Finished in 7th in the AL West. Red Sox, meanwhile, could have went with the 75 team that made it to the World Series, but this team, top to bottom, I think is a better team, even though they lost the division to the Yankees that year. Good rotation, really good offense. Jim Rice's best season. So that's why 78 was chosen for the Red Sox. We're here at Fenway Park. And the Toronto Blue Jays will bat first here. Dennis Eckersley on the mound for the Red Sox. He was 20-8 with a 2.99 ERA in 78. Toronto will answer with John Jefferson. And we'll look at him when he steps on the mound. Lineup for the Blue Jays is not a good one. Their best player, Rico Carty. I play with tournaments. I always play the players finish with the team they were last on. So Rico Carty was traded away. He was their best hitter, and he was traded away to the Oakland A's in 1978. So he is not in the lineup. So that probably makes him a little weaker. So, leading it off will be the center fielder, Rick Bozzetti. Bozzetti hit .259 with 5 homers in 1978. So let's see how the Blue Jays can hold up against these 78 Boston Red Sox. Here's the first pitch. 5-1-2. And little ground ball to third. Hobson's got it over to first, one away. That'll bring up Bob Baylor in right field today. Baylor hit .264. Not any power. He had 1 homer and 621 at bats. The pitch to Baylor. 5-1-4. And that's
ball high. He gets himself a walk.
He walked him. So Baylor is the first base runner for the Blue Jays here in the first. And that'll bring up Roy Howell. The third baseman, Roy Howell, hit .270, hit 8 homers in 551 at-bats. 3-3-2. There's a ripped into the gap in right field. This one's going to go to the wall. Evans gets it back. 6-3. And they're going to hold Baylor up at third. So the Blue Jays are mounting a little bit of a rally here in the first. Baylor with a walk. Howell with a rip double into the gap in right center. And now Willie Horton, the veteran, former Tiger, will bat here. They're going to play the infield back. We'll take it out. Here's the pitch to Horton. 5-6-2. Little tapper. Nope, struck him out. He's got the K on the column 5. That's men on base as a strikeout. So big strikeout there for Eckersley. And that'll bring up John Mayberry. Mayberry, 250 with 22 homers. The pitch to John Mayberry, 5-2-6. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. This should do the inning. Burleson over to first, and that'll end it. They threaten. Second and third with one out, and they aren't unable to score. We head to the bottom half. Toronto's got to take advantage of any scoring opportunity against this ball club. Jesse, I called him John Jefferson. That's the wide receiver. Jesse Jefferson is on the mound for Toronto. He was 7-16 with a 4.38 ERA in 1978. And Rick Burleson will lead it off. Burleson, 248 with 5 homers. Here's the pitch, 3-3-3. This is probably going to be a base hit. Probably going to drop in. It does. A single for Burleson to lead it off here in the bottom half of the first. There's Jerry Remy. He batted .278 with 2 homers. He had 30 stolen bases in 1978. A pitch to Remy. 5-5-1. And he walked him. So Jefferson's got himself in some trouble here early. Nobody out. Here comes Jim Rice. Rice, 315, 46 home runs. Excuse me. I am so sorry about that. Here's the pitch to Rice. 4-1-5. This could be a 2. Ground ball to short. Gomez flips it over to McKay for 1. Back to first. Double play. So Rice hits into the 6-4-3 double play. Burleson will move over to third. That's going to bring it up. The DH today, Carl Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski hit .277, 17 homers. 6-3-5. That's a fly ball right field. Baylor takes a few steps back, makes the grab for the out. So both teams threaten but do not score in the first. We head to the top half of the second. Here comes Al Woods to lead it off. Woods in left field hit .241 with 3 homers in 220 at-bats. 1-1-3. Got him. No, popped him up. Sorry. I looked up at his left-hander column. Or right-hander column where he's a right-handed specialist. And it's actually a pop-up on the infield. 1 away. Here's Ashby. Alan Ashby hit .261 with 9 homers. So he's got a little pop. The pitch. 5-1-5. He walked him. A 1-out walk to Alan Ashby. We'll put a man on for Dave McKay. Dave McKay at second base today, .238, 7 homers. 5-1-4. Eckers is living in that column 5. This is a little ground ball to second. He'll flip it to Burleson for 1. Relay not in time. McKay is safe at first on the fielder's choice. And now he's going to roll on the F action chart. 3-4. Stolen base plus a possible error on Carlton Fisk. The throw down goes into center field. And over to third will go McKay. So again, Toronto has a man in scoring position. It'll bring up Luis Gomez. Batting ninth today at shortstop. He hit .223. No homers, 413 at bats. The pitch to Gomez. 3-5-5. This is going to be, 14 or higher is going to drop in for a base hit. And it does. A single, and the first run of the game is scored by the 78 Blue Jays on the bloop single off the bat of Luis Gomez. And it's 1-0 Toronto. Here's Rick Bozzetti. He's 0 for 1. 4-4-6. On the ground to second. Jerry Remy's up with it. Tosses it over to first, and the inning's over. But they get the run on the RBI single from Gomez. And the Blue Jays lead it 1-0. Jesse Jefferson back to the mound. He'll face Carlton Fisk. Fisk hit .284 with 20 homers in 1978. The pitch. 1-2-3. Got him. Struck him out. Fisk is out. That'll bring up Fred Lynn. Fred Lynn hit .298 with 22 homers in 1978. The pitch. 4-5-4. Grounded to short. Gomez is up with it. Over to first. 2 down. First 2 batters are out here in the second, and here's George Scott. Scott hit .233 with 12 homers in 1978. The pitch. 4-5-4. On the ground to short. Gomez. Over to first, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. We go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Toronto. Here's Bob Baylor. Walked his first time up. 4-5-1. That's on the ground to first. Scott's got it. He'll take it to the bag himself. 1 away. In stands in Roy Howell. He ripped a double his first time up. 1 for 1. The pitch. 6-1-2. This one's a short fly into center field. Fred Lynn's going to race in and make the running grab for the second out. He's going to leave it up to Willie Horton. Horton struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 5-1-5. Little ground ball to short. Burleson, plenty of time, throws it over to first and gets Willie Horton. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. We head to the bottom of the third. Home team coming to bat. Here's Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans, .247 with 24 homers for the right fielder. The pitch. 2-6-4. This one's going to be a little looper into center field. Coming in is Bozzetti. And he can't get it. It's going to drop in. A base hit for Bozzetti. Or I'm sorry, for Evans. So the leadoff batter is on for Butch Hobson. Butch Hobson, .250 with 17 homers in 1978. The pitch. 6-1-1. There's a deep fly ball right field. Baylor going back. He'll make the catch for the first out. Fires it back in. Evans retreats back to first. It's going to bring up Rick Burleson. The pitch to Burleson. 6-6-5. That's going to be deep drive. Well hit. That's going to go over the monster. A home run for the late-hitting Rick Burleson. A 2-run shot. And Boston grabs the lead. Burleson turned on one and sent it over the monster in left. And it's 2-1 Boston. Here's Jerry Remy. He walked his first time up. 1-2-1. Ground ball. Third base. Howell's up with it. Over to first. 2 outs here in the third. It's going to bring up Jim Rice, who went into a double play his first time up. 2-3-3. Got him on strikes. Jefferson gets Rice. But the damage is done. A 2-run blast by Rick Burleson. And the Boston Red Sox take a 2-1 lead here into the fourth. Here's John Mayberry to lead it off. He grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 6-3-1. That's a deep fly ball right field. Evans back near the fence will make the catch for the first out. Here's Al Woods. He popped out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 6-1-4. He rips it deep to right. Evans right at him. And Evans makes the catch right in front of the track for the second out. Here's Ashby. He walked his first time up. 2-5-6. That's going to be a pop-up. Into foul ground goes Burleson, and he'll make the catch in foul ground for the third out. Head to the bottom of the fourth, 2-1. Boston on top here at Fenway Park. Carl Yastrzemski steps in. He's 0 for 1. 4-4-5. This is on the ground, up the middle. Knocked down by Gomez. Picks it up. Fires to first. And he got him. What a play by the shortstop Gomez. He had time with Yastrzemski running, and he throws him out for the first out. Here's Carlton Fisk. Struck out his first time up. The pitch. 3-5-2. This one's going to be a little flare out to left, and Al Woods will slide and make the catch. 2 away here. Nice play by Woods in left. It's going to bring up Fred Lynn. Lynn grounded out his first time up. 4-3-5. This one's hit on the ground. Shortstop Gomez fields it, fires it to first, and gets him. Red Sox go in order. We head to the fifth. 2-1. Boston leading it by a run. Here's Dave McKay to lead it off for the Toronto Blue Jays. (6-1-5). This one's a fly ball. They've been hitting the ball hard. Deep to center field. Len races back. Will make the over-the-shoulder catch for the first out. So they've got some good cuts on Eckersley. Here's Gomez, who's got the only RBI for the Blue Jays. Singled in a run in the second. The pitch to Gomez. 4-3-1. This one's a bunt down the line, and Hobson is going to have to really... He's not a very good fielder. It's a base hit, a bunt single. Hobson not a really great range there at third base. So Gomez has a bunt single, his second hit of the game. That'll bring up Rick Bozzetti. We might see a little hit and run action here. The pitch. 2-4-4. There's a ground ball to second. Roll one die against the fielder. If he rolls higher than a 2, he's going to fire it to second for the out. And he does. Nice play by Remy. Goes to his left. Turns and fires a strike to Burleson at second to get the force. Two outs. Man at first for Bob Baylor. 3-3-4. Shaded It's going to be a possible base hit here. And it is. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Lynn fires it to third, but late to get Bossetti as he slides in safely. 2 outs, runners at the corners. And that'll bring up Howell. Howell, 1 for 2. He's doubled and flown out. The pitch, 5-4-5. And this is a little tapper towards short. Burleson charges, fires it to first, and gets him. So Boston gets out of that unscathed. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1. Red Sox holding on to a slim 1-run lead. Here's George Scott to lead it off. He's 0 for 1. 4-5-5. Ground ball to short. Big hop for Gomez. Crow hop over to first. 1 away. Here's Dwight Evans. Evans singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. 1-6-4. He struck him out. Evans is down on strikes. 2 away here in the 5th. Jefferson has been pitching well. That home run is the only blemish so far. Here's Butch Hobson. 0 for 1. 3-6-3. That's going to be a line drive caught by the shortstop. Gomez for the 3rd out. Here come the Blue Jays. Here at the top of the 6th. They have to be happy with a 1-run deficit this late in the game. Willie Horton will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. Uh-oh. 6-4-6. Ripped into the corner. This is going to rattle around down there. Horton's going to coast into second with a stand-up double. So Willie with his first hit. And he is at second base for John Mayberry. 5-6-3. Chopper towards short. Burleson checks Horton. Fires it to first and gets Mayberry. 1 away. And here comes Al Woods. Woods 0 for 2. 1-4-1. Ground ball. Shortstop Burleson. He's going to have to fire it to first. He charged it. Horton's going to move to third. That's a gutsy play by Horton. Burleson, though, wasn't fazed by it as he just got the sure out for the 2nd out. And that'll bring up Ashby. 0 for 1. He walked and he's fouled out. The pitch. 2-3-4. He struck him out. Nope, foul out again. Sorry. Got too excited there. Thought it was going to be a strikeout. And he'll foul out again for the 2nd out, or 3rd out. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Boston as they come to back. Top of the order for the Red Sox. Here's Rick Burleson, who's had quite the day. Single and a home run. He's accounted for both Boston runs. The pitch to Burleson. 5-6-1. This one's a ground ball to second. McKay over to first, 1 away. So they finally get Burleson. That'll bring up Jerry Remy. 2-1-6. That's going to be a little tapper front of the plate. Jefferson's going to charge and fire it to first to get him. 2 down. And here comes Jim Rice. 0 for 2. The pitch from Jefferson. 1-5-5. And popped him up on the infield. Second baseman McKay makes the grab for the 3rd out. So Jefferson has shut this vaunted Boston offense down through 6. It's 2-1. They've got just 3 hits off of Justin Jesse Jefferson. God. First it was John Jefferson, the wide receiver from the Chargers. Then I went Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings. Jesse Jefferson. So Dave McKay, 0 for 2. The pitch, 2-1-1. This is a little tapper towards third. Hobson, bare hands, fires, got him. Nice play by Hobson for the first out. It's going to bring up Luis Gomez. Gomez has had a couple hits today. A single that drove in Toronto's only run back in the second, and then a bunt single his last time up. The pitch to Gomez, 5-1-5. And that's going to be ball 4. He lost him. Gomez is on with a 1-out walk. And that'll bring up Bozetti, not Bozelli. The pitch to Bozetti. 4-2-4. On the ground towards short, Burleson. Fields it, fires it to second. They get 1. And Bozetti beats out the relay. So a fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Bob Baylor. 2 outs. The pitch to Baylor. 1-4-1. Struck him out. Eckersley strikes out Baylor. We head to the bottom of the 7th. 2-1, Boston. Here's Carl Yastrzemski to lead it off. Yastrzemski's 0 for 2. 4-6-6. This one's on the ground. Second base, McKay will field it and fire it to first for the out. Brings up Fisk. Fisk is 0 for 2. 2-4-2. Little fly ball, center field, Bozetti. He's there. He's got it. 2 away. 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th. These Boston fans have to be getting a little nervous here with only clinging to a 1-run lead, and this Boston offense just 3 hits. The pitch to Fred Lynn. 5-2-1. Little ground ball to second. McKay fires it over to first, and the inning's over. We head to the 8th. Boston clinging to that 1-run lead. Here's Roy Howell to lead it off. 1 for 3 on the day. The pitch, 4-6-1. This one's on the ground. First base, George Scott. Can't get it. Bounces away from him. By the time he picks it up, the runner, Howell, is across the bag for the error. And Scott puts the man on, and here comes Willie Horton. Man, do you bunt here with Willie Horton? I don't think you do. We're going to let him hit the pitch. 3-4-6. And we're going to get our first rare play possibility. It is. It's going to be a rare play. 1-3. Batter strikes out. Horton called strike 3, and catcher fires a strike down to first and picks off Roy Howell. What a play by Carlton Fisk. A very alert play. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. And there's 2 outs with nobody on. There's John Mayberry. 4-2-6. Ground ball to second. Remy's up with it, over to first. And the side is retired. Big play by Carlton Fisk to thwart any rally there in the 8th inning for the Toronto Blue Jays. We head to the bottom half, the 8th. 2-1. Boston leading it by 1. Here's George Scott, 0 for 2. 1-2-1. That's a ground ball. Third base, Howell, across the diamond, 1 away. Brings up Dwight Evans. 1 for 2 on the day. He's singled and struck out. Pitch to Evans. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Got him on strikes. Jefferson, strikeout number 4 on the day. It's going to leave it up to Butch Hobson. Hobson, 0 for 2. The pitch from Jefferson, 3-1-6. That's going to be a base hit into center. A 2-out single off the bat of Butch Hobson. And I'll bring the top of the order up. Rick Burleson, 2 for 3. 2-1-4. Lightly hit back to the mound. Jefferson over to first, and the inning's over. We head to the 9th. It's 2-1 Boston. Can Eckersley finish off this ball game here? Al Woods will lead it off. It's going to be Woods, Ashby, and McKay. Here's the pitch. 5-3-2. Little tapper. Shortstop, Burleson charges, fires it to first, and got him. Nice play by Burleson. And there's 1 out here in the 9th. Here comes Ashby. 4-2-2. On the ground to second. Remy. Over to first. 2 up and 2 down here in the 9th. It's all up to Dave McKay. And McKay is 0 for 3. The pitch from Eckersley. 4-4-6. This should do it. On the ground to second. Remy's up with it. Fires it to first, and the Boston Red Sox hold on for a 2-1 win. Tough showing by the Toronto Blue Jays. They gave Boston all kinds of fits. Jesse Jefferson pitched a complete game, and Eckersley matched him. And the only difference is the Rick Burleson 2-run homer. Back in the 3rd, that holds up, and the Red Sox win it and go up 1-0. Burleson had 2, and then Evans and Hobson each had a hit. Rice, Yastrzemski, and Fisk held hitless, and Lynn, so 0 for 12 between those 4. Luis Gomez, the only one with more than 1 hit for Toronto, and he had the game's only RBI for the Blue Jays. Jefferson walked 1, struck out 4, and gave up just 4 hits against the vaunted Boston offense. Eckersley struck out 3. He did walk 3. And the only run he gave up was unearned. So 9 innings and allowed just 5 hits. What a game. So there you have it. Boston holds on 2-1 to take game 1 of this series. That's it from here. Thanks for watching. You have a great one. We'll see you for the next one. Take care.